Hey, what's going on, YouTube? This is PNG Media News coming back at you with another edition of the Concrete and Steel Chronicles. Today, y'all in for a real treat. I got OG Cartoon back with us again. Now, he's got some pressing issues that he wants to talk about. And then after he does that, I'm going to allow you all to watch this interview and put questions in the comments. So I'm going to go over, pull some of the top 5 or 6 questions and pose them to the brother. So without further ado, brother Cartoon, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up, homie? How you doing, man?
I'm good, bro.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Okay, so, bro, what's going on? You know some issues that you wanted to get out, to the people. So tell us what's going on.
Oh yeah, man. As of lately, I've been getting a lot of questions, a lot of people out the Chicago area, reaching out to me about, my ongoing verbal battles with Charleston White.
Okay.
And I'm getting a lot of love out the Chicago area because as you know, and probably as a lot of people know, that cat has gone out his way to verbally disrespect so many of them little young cats that's out the Chicago area. Right. Probably so many women out the Chicago area. And I know that you probably have a nice sized fan base in that Chicago area. So they would ask me, well, what's going on, man? A lot of them ask me, we glad you will not even ask me, but a lot of them say, man, we glad somebody finally stepping up. Cause that dude, we sick of him. That dude been disrespecting us. He been disrespecting people. He didn't talked about Chicago. He didn't talked about the different little organizations in Chicago. He didn't talked about the rappers from Chicago, they mothers, they kids, dead people that, people that passed away in Chicago that was, in the scene. And we about sick of them, and we've been listening to you lately. And you dead right on what you say. Somebody need to, stop him. Somebody need to bring what he doing to the light, to the forefront. And I respond to him a lot, and I let him know. I say, yeah, man, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? You gotta attack him the way he's attacking, for one, because you can't, physically, a physical confrontation is not gonna happen. He's scary. He's little. He only has one eye. He's like, he's not finna fight, and he ain't finna do none of that. He's not only that, he's not even, he won't even leave Texas for somebody to even have a chance to do something to him if they so choose to. Okay. So, you gotta fight him on his turf. He say he's the king of YouTube. Okay, well, I'm coming to dethrone the king. You know what I'm saying? Now, the king can have, he can be a king if he changes his narrative. You know what I'm saying? If he comes from a different angle. But you know what I'm saying? F this, F that, suck this, suck that. I hate you, I hate that. No, long as he's on that, I'm on his bumper. You know what I'm saying? He had the nerve to tell me on he told me on internet, he hate me, he want to kill me, he wants to kill my kids. He wished they were dead. He said he wished all the kids in California that had parents that were gang affiliated, he said he wished those kids were dead. I'm like, and I look at some of the people that run behind him, and they actually go for this stuff, man. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. It's all right. It ain't all right to me, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a moral sense of value. And no, I'm not going for it. So for those, you know what I'm saying, for those who on my bandwagon, for those who feel, you know what I'm saying, what I'm going through, for those who support what I'm going through, continue to send the love, you know what I'm saying, because put it in the atmosphere, because, together we will stop his little reign of terror.
Okay. So exactly what would you be interested in how would you be interested in resolving this? Would it be like, you say he's not gonna, would it be like one of those celebrity boxing matches?
Well, he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna celebrity box anything. He's scary, and he's small, and he's not gonna fight nothing. But now, I will say in his defense, you know what I'm saying? Now, me personally, I don't want to fight him because he's too, I'm I'm 4 times bigger than him, so I wouldn't even fight nobody that small. But now, somebody else that might be his size, if they want to fight him or whatever, he's not gonna do that. I mean, for one, like I say, he's not gonna leave Texas, and even if you came to Texas, he's not gonna do it because he cannot fight, period, at all, period. But like I say, in his defense, the man only has one eye. So I don't expect, what I'm saying, the wrong hit, you'll knock that eye clean out his head, you know what I'm saying? Or the wrong hit in the other eye, could permanently blind him. So him not fighting, I'm not mad about that. I'm not even on that. So as far as resolving it, the only way me and him could resolve anything is if, he changed the way he acts on the internet. If he changed the way he talks on the internet, but he's not gonna do that. He won't do that because the way he acts and the way he talks, it entertains the ignorant people that's out there in the world. It entertains them. It tickles their fancy because they're like-minded. They're stupid, just like him. Point blank. You know what I'm saying? And I say, if a person is a staunch, downright supporter of Charleston White, they are ignorant and stupid too. Okay. Point blank.
Now, I'm not really familiar with him. So what's his platform? Is he in the prison genre, rap genre? I mean, what's his?
No. He claims to call himself a shock jock. He gets on YouTube and just basically, disrespects whoever he gonna disrespect. He picks. He's picked in the last 2 years. He's been in over 30 or so maybe confrontations with people that, if a person has any type of fame or name for themselves, he's gonna go out his way to talk about them. Okay. Then he'll lie. Then he gonna lie and say, "Oh, they put his name. They put his name in their mouth first. Now he's defending himself." No, they haven't. I mean, it's proven fact that, the world loves mess. The more messier something is, the most soap opera-ish something is, the more it's gonna get. So, I mean, he I guess he's getting financial compensation from his YouTube station for people subscribing to him so they can hear him talk a bunch of mess. And it's as simple as that. So he's not gonna stop. I mean, and he has to be stopped. For him to physically stop himself or change what he's talking about would not happen because he would lose money probably. The people have to stop him. They have to unsubscribe from his YouTube channel. Okay. When he starts losing subscribers, that's when he'll stop in his tracks and say, "Oh, you know what I'm saying? The public opinion is against me. People don't like me like that no more." But he have women that back him up to the fullest, and they'll call in and try to ask him something decent or nice, and he'll tell them, "Suck man, the F you bitch, suck my dick." And that they'll just giggle and suck that up and and still stick right with him, but they stupid behind. So I mean, it is what it is. But my campaign against him is picking up ground, it's picking up leverage. You know what I'm saying? It's moving along quite well. And it's a lot of people. I'm waking a lot of people up. And they're getting to the point to where they like, "You know what, Tune, you right. You know what, you right. And so that's all I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just pulling from the mountain, pebble by pebble, until the mountain crumbles.
Okay. So tell me a little bit more about so with your campaign going, has he launched a counter campaign against you?
Oh yeah. He's made, like I told I just told like a couple of days ago, he made a video on internet talk about he want to kill me and my kids.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, but that was just that one. They made him take it down, you know what I'm saying? But I got it before he took it, he took it down. And I know a lot of other people that got it before he was able to take it down. But he's in my he's on, a lot of my videos, he's in there commenting, you know what I'm saying? We'll just, like, matter of fact, like just today, I dropped a video today, and they're not in my name. It's up under one of my homeboys' name. If people want to see my videos, they would have to go like log in on YouTube and type in Vonnie Loc, VONNY, Loc, LOC. Okay. And they'll see I have 5 or 6 videos on there where I'm consciously waking the masses up to what this cat is doing. You know what I'm saying? What he's about. And he'll get in on the messages, he'll shoot little shots at me. I shoot him right back at him. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna beat him at his game. He can't beat me talking. I had somebody in the comments, you can't beat Charleston White talking. Yeah, yes, I can. Yes, I can. I say because the people that he's going to war with on the internet, a lot of them like young rappers or dudes that's just not, might not have the mental armory to go against him, but I do. I meet him step for step, partner, step for step. He's not smarter than me. He's not more intelligent than me. He can't put his words together better than me. None of that. So I'm on his bumper. I'm right with him.
Yeah. So like you said, he's a shock jock, kind of like a Howard Stern type of guy who says stuff. So I guess, like you're saying, people unsubscribe or people just wouldn't respond. Is that one way of taking them down?
Well, see, if they respond to him, that's hyping him up. You know what I'm saying? His station is monetized, so the views that he get, he's gonna get money from them. He's gonna get money from his subscribers. But the cold part about it, you would have to go view what he's saying to realize how stupid and ignorant and dumb and disrespectful he is. So it's a two-edged sword. It is what it is. But now once people see it, they need to unsubscribe. If they feeling what I'm saying and they understand that this dude got to be stopped, they need to unsubscribe. They need to pull their subscription from him back. Okay. And you know what I'm saying? That's where he'll feel it at. So you got to hit him in the pockets. You got to hit him in his mental. You got to hit him where he like, well, dang, man, I'm losing people. Yeah. People waking up. They don't want to follow behind a clown.
Okay. All right. Well, that's very, very, very interesting because I wasn't really too familiar with the whole situation. So is there anything else you want to add about the situation or about him?
No, it's just, like I say, it's a lot of people in the Chicago area that, send me love, send me shouts out. You know what I'm saying? For the people, that's passed away, got family that he's disrespected over the last year or so. You know what I'm saying? If they can get at you and they can get at me, you know what I'm saying? If they want one-on-one narrative, my narrative, one-on-one about this cat and, different things that we can possibly do to come together, you know what I'm saying, to stop him in his tracks.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a pretty dangerous game he's playing, because I'm from Chicago. And you talk about them Chicago cats, they migrate, they leave their city. So you calling guys like that out, you asking for something not too good to have. So that's a dangerous game.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised I'm surprised you ain't aware of this cat, man. This dude here, he has talked about Chicago to the fullest. I'm talking about to the utmost disrespectful way. He done said F this, F that. Anything that's homegrown in Chicago, he said F it. Okay. Not just Illinois, the city of Chicago. He done said anything he could say about it disrespectful. He said it.
Okay. Let me ask you this: Have you ever reached out to him, like say, "Hey, let's debate this out on YouTube" or anything like that? And would you be interested in doing something like that if you haven't?
You know what? I don't believe he would do it. Okay. Because see, if we debated, I would want to debate face to face. I don't want to debate with him over the internet because it would start a shout match. Okay. Yeah, now he can beat me hooping and hollering. Now that's something he can beat me doing. It would go from hooping and hollering to F you, F this, F that. And okay, I don't cuss, so I can't beat him at that.
Mm.
But see, that right there is something he would not do if we was face to face. He would act like he got some sense
Okay.
if we were face to face. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna always act like I got some sense. I'm not gonna cuss him out. I'm not gonna talk about his mom, his kids, and none. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I done said stuff about his ugly wife before. You know, that was based on, you know, him saying something about me and whatever. But anyway, on the real though, I would never face to face. I would never disrespect him. I would never call him out his name. I wouldn't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? As long as he was respectful, but he wouldn't have no choice but to be respectful if we were face to face. Because if he got disrespectful, I'd slap that fake eye out his head.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. On YouTube, the situation with, now, is it Charleston White or Charleston Wright?
Charleston White.
White. Okay.
Yeah. BKA Charlene White.
Okay.
No, that's me. That's me messing with him. That's me. I be shooting that one. He hate when I say that one. But yeah,
Okay.
the dude's name is Charleston White. If you you know, call around, you know, other people you know on YouTube or whatever, they'll tell you about him. They'll tell you how disrespectful he is.
Okay. All right. And before we move on to the next segment, drop a link. I mean, how can people look you up to see your videos? What do they go to?
They would have to go to, like I was saying, to Bonnie Loke.
Bonnie Loke. Okay. So all your videos are on Bonnie Loke.
Yeah, I put them on there because see, I don't have a platform. I don't have a YouTube station. Okay. I don't, you know, I don't do it. You know, I go through my little homeboy. If I make a video or something, I give it to my little homeboy, okay, and he'll put it up for me. But yeah, I can't. I don't really want to go as deep as into and getting all the way caught up into the YouTube thing. But I had been trying to learn how to go live. I don't really know how to go live. My partners have been trying to show me on the phone, but I don't know if I need a YouTube station or a YouTube platform to go live. See, I don't know nothing about this stuff. I don't know for real how it works. But I would like to go live sometimes, but I don't know how to do it. So I don't even trip it. I just make a video and I put it to my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, they can just go to YouTube, type in Vonnie Loke, VONNY Loke, and they gonna see a bunch of stuff about me and this cat. Or they got another dude out of Sacramento. His name is on YouTube is I Am Crip. Like, you know, AM and Crip, I Am Crip. He got a lot of my stuff on there too. Okay.
So Bonnie Loke and I Am Crip. Gotcha.
Right.
Okay. All right, brother. So like I was saying in the beginning, you know, we did that really good interview, you know, some time back. Now I've been getting questions, you know, here and there in the comments. So I figured I'd put about 4 or 5 of them to throw at you. So
yeah.
So one of the most common questions that I've been getting, I've got it as recently as a couple of days ago, is the CCO and the BNCO, are they still in existence? And if so, like how much power or influence do they yield?
Nah, both those groups are pretty much defunct.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The dudes that were like I say, you know, I'm a Blue Note, I'm a BNCO. And you know, the dudes that were around during that time, you know, a lot of them have paroled and went on about their business, okay, got out of prison. The few that are left in prison, which is quite a few left in prison, they just, you know, let it go. You know what I'm saying? It just the whole movement kind of played out on both of them. Now, CCO, it had been went defunct. It had been, you know what I'm saying? It just went. They just disbanded, went on about their way. You know what I'm saying? Too much internal strife. You know, like I say, at one time it was they were at war with the Blue Notes. They were at war with BNCO, and BNCO kind of, you know, outlasted them. We prevailed in that in the long run, but it was based on a lot of the get out of here, cat, move, get on. It was based on the fuzzy butt, but it was based on a lot of they internal struggles. They internally imploded. You know what I'm saying? And so when that happened, we had already been, picking and packing at them. So when they internally imploded, we just went on and, started boom, 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 doing our little thing. And they went on about their business. Once they went on about their business, eventually a lot of the staunch members of BNCO, got out or just laid it down. Now the ones that are still in prison, they still are what they are, but that movement is really not pushed like that no more.
Okay, all right. So for the Crips, there's no more being under paperwork. Then that's like just an outdated concept.
Yeah, it's pretty much an outdated concept. See, California prison system is more racial now than anything. Blacks cannot afford, period, to have any type of strife with each other. They have a movement in a California prison called Too Black, Too Strong. Mm-hmm. And that's brothers, that's blacks just coming together because the Mexican population has exploded the same way as exploded on the streets in Southern California. Mm-hmm. It's exploded within the prison system. They are the dominant Southern Mexicans. When I say Southern Mexicans, that's like the Mexicans from Southern California. Mm-hmm. They are the dominant group now because there's so many of them. They have the numbers, you know what I'm saying? And numbers bring about power. Numbers bring about strength. Mm-hmm. And so it's like in the 70s and early 80s, when blacks, had I wouldn't say outnumbered them. Well, yeah, outnumbered them to a certain extent. It's done flipped. It's done flipped. So we can't afford, the homies can't afford to fight each other, have different factions and all that. They come together because the Mexicans ain't playing. They ain't playing at all.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm sure you're familiar with this book by Turtle, right?
Yeah, that's my homeboy.
Okay. So now, were you and him contemporaries? Like, were y'all coming up around the same time, or was he before you?
No, he's older than me. He's a few. Now we from the same set though. When I say that's my homeboy, I'm not saying it just because he's from LA or because he's a Crip. No, we are literally from the same gang. He's from Avalon Crip. I'm from Avalon Crip. That's my homeboy, immediate homeboy like that.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and I got that book here. When he published his book, he sent me a copy of it, and because I was on a platform out here called, I don't know if you heard of Kev Mac.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I promoted his book on Kev Mac. Yeah, that's the homie. I talk to him a lot. I can call him right now. I talk to him. Okay. He's been down like right at about 42, 43 years now. Okay. But yeah, that's the homie. Yeah, you could say he's my big homie because you know what I'm saying, he blue note like me. Mm-hmm. In fact, truth be told, he's the reason why I became a blue note.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was indoctrinated through him, but yeah, that's the homie. That's the homie for real right there.
Okay, so one of the questions that I got, like in our interview, you mentioned how after the generation after you all, they were gunfighters. When they came in, they didn't want to get into the staff and all that type of stuff. But in his book, he says on page 126, he says young Crips were starting to believe that older Crips would sympathize and compromising the pride and integrity of the Steel Nation, especially when it came to the Mexican mafia organization. They were accepting bogus excuses and spreading propaganda. When a Crip got stabbed by one or two of the Mexicans, MA, they would say, "Oh, we thought he was a BGF or a Vanguard." So, what generation was he speaking of? That younger generation wasn't accepting the older generation. Who was the older generation and who was the younger generation?
Okay, see what it was like back in the day. Like I said, during the mid and late 70s, on into the earth. I'm gonna say between 78. I'm gonna say between 1978. I'm gonna say between 1977 till about 1987. Within that 10-year span, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Crips in the California prison system was a force to reckon with. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about was an unstoppable train. We was deep, we was wild, we were young, and we wasn't studying, tripping on what nobody talked about, period. It was Crip or die, point blank. If you got in our way, come on with it. That's why during the early stages of Crips coming into prison, they got into we went to war with the BGF, the Black Guerrilla Family, a Black militant group in the prison system, because they didn't understand our young street gang mentality and you know what I'm saying, black on black violence that we were about. And they did a lot of damage to Crips that were coming into the prison system during the early 70s, you know, through 70 all the way down to the late 70s. They, you know, they had, you know, a lot of homies turned BGF because, you know, under, I guess, folding under pressure. BGF stabbed a lot of Crips. They did a lot of damage because, you know, like I say, they were old organization. They knew how to make the weapons. They knew the guerrilla warfare tactics and all that. You know, here it is. You got young, you know, young brothers, you know, don't know none of that. 17, 18 years old coming into the prison system from a street gang mentality. They don't know nothing about this prison war stuff. So now here it is, you 17, 18 coming into prison for the first time, don't really know nobody for real. You going to war with dudes in their 40s and 30s that been doing this stuff since the 60s. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they heard a lot of Crips at that time, but as time went on, when it got around to the late 70s, they was attacking when, like in the early 70s, it was 2 Crips here, 3 Crips there, 3 Crips here, 4 Crips there. You know what I'm saying? Different prison systems. When by the time the late 70s hit, I don't know, we was deep as a mother. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, brothers in LA, they was cutting up in LA, and they start flooding the prison system in droves. Now it's too many of us. It's too many Crips. They can't fade it no more. They can't stand up against it no more. So that's when the manipulation tactics came in. They like, okay, well, we can't whoop them because it's too many no more. I mean, it's too many of them now. So now we gonna trick them and manipulate them. We gonna slide this blackness up on them. We gonna talk about all this and all that, brotherhood, Africa and all that, and try to get in their head. And you know, they did. I can go into a lot of other stuff versus them and one of them groups you was just talking about, not versus them, but along the lines of them and like CCO stuff. But I'm not gonna go all the way deep into that. I'm not gonna get caught up in it. But yeah, they did that. So as far as like the Mexicans, like the question you asked me, Mexicans didn't want no problems with Crips in the late 70s or early 80s. They didn't want it. But now when they would do certain stuff, they, you know what I'm saying, they tricked us. They would stab a blood, or they would go to war with the Bloods and tell us, oh no, well, it ain't got nothing to do with you Crips. We ain't mad at y'all. We ain't got none of that y'all. And so, you know, Crips was going for that mess sometimes, a lot of times, especially like I used to see it a lot when I first came in. Okay, they, you know, go to war with the BGFs. Oh, it ain't no disrespect to you Crips. We ain't got none of, or they go to war with the brothers from up north, Northern California, Oakland, and stuff like that. Oh, we ain't got none with this. We ain't got none. All the other little black groups they would go at, but they wouldn't fool with them Crips. Okay. But then as soon as they went to war with them other groups, they would run to us, talk about, oh, no disrespect, we ain't got nothing against y'all. And you know, the homies was going for that mess. Okay. I'm young. You know, with me being young, I'm following suit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no voice. You know, when I'm told to jump, I jump. When I'm told to lie down, I lie down. So, you know, I'm going for it just like, but now, eventually, sometimes they would mess around and do something to a Crip. And they would claim they didn't know, we didn't mean it. Oh, we sorry, man. As they say, Spencer, you know what I'm saying? We didn't mean to do that. We it was accident. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, man, the homies was going for that mess. They was going for it. They was going for it until, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes homies wouldn't go for it, you know, but you know, until that, you know, times went to changing, you know what I'm saying? And dudes start putting that to the side and like, man, come and bump that. We going to war. We going to war. And, you know, that's when, you know, wars start kicking off, and you know how they go, wars go in prison.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, that was some of the main 2 things that I had been asked about. Okay. So yeah, I appreciate that insight.
Oh yeah, but I forgot to answer the other part. Okay. When you were saying when you asked about the generation, man, them dudes that start coming to prison, all them dudes that start coming to prison, I'm gonna say after 87, that start coming in 88, 89, 90, on in. That was like all the brothers that came in before then You know what I'm saying? Now this is my opinion, but my opinion counts because I was there and I lived it. I lived it my whole life.
Okay.
You know, all the brothers that came in, like I say, during the all through the 70s or up into the mid 80s, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about straight soldiers, riders. You know, I'm saying stomp down riders, because a lot of them were what we call YA babies.
Okay.
You know, CYA, California Youth Authority. That was like the youth, juvenile prison before you actually went to prison.
Okay.
And you know, a lot of us had to go through that, but now, you know, we learned we were rough, tough. You know what I'm saying? Come up with a different mentality. So, you know, we hit the prison system when it was, you know, when it's on its own. And we came from a mentality of just warriorism. But man, them cats that start, man, them young brothers that start coming to prison, man, you know, like I say, 88, 89, 90, you know what I'm saying? You had some riders, you had a few riders, but they were coming into the prison with a fear of the Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, they was getting indoctrinated with this fear in the county jail, because I done heard it. You know what I'm saying? I used to hear it. Dude, man, the Mexicans this, the Mexicans that, the Mexicans will do this, the Mexicans will do that. So by the time they hit the system, they already scared. Then they didn't want to pick up no knife. You know what I'm saying? The old crew, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We picking up iron, or however you want to dance, we can dance. But them youngsters coming in, they hadn't been doing nothing on the street but doing drive-by shooting, and they, you know what I'm saying? Then when they come into that prison, you had to check that knife in at the back. I mean, you had to check that gun in at the back gate, homie. You know what I'm saying? You can't shoot a dude from a block away no more. You got to look a man in his eye and do some damage to him now. And that heart wasn't in them. They didn't have it no more. You know, very few of them had it. You know, it was a diamond in the rough every now and then. But the majority of them, man, I'm talking about lady that was just as sorry as they could be, man. Scared, man, just scared him, because the Mexicans ain't finna do too much fighting. They finna pick that iron up point blank. And man, them dudes didn't want no problems, man. They taking losses, they taking shouts, they taking just so much stuff. I mean, if you go to YouTube now, they got this thing. It's a real big issue about this little rapper dude named Tyga, who made some song called "Ay Caramba." You know what I'm saying? And in the video, yeah, it's called Tyga, "Ay Caramba." And in the video, you know, he looking like a fat pot-bellied Mexican with a bald head, sitting on the couch eating chips and guacamole, riding in a lowrider. Then, you know, he dancing and doing all this other stuff. So now the Mexican community is up in arms about it. Oh, they mad about it. So, you know, do they have a right to be mad about it? I guess so. I don't know. I don't know. But now you got a lot of people, a lot of blacks jumping on YouTube. You shouldn't have did that. That was disrespectful. You shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? Whether I mean, he did it. He did it. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. Was it disrespectful? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own point of view on it. You know what I'm saying? You can look at it as disrespectful. You can look at it as not disrespectful. A lot of people gonna feel about it based on, a lot of people gonna feel about it based on their past experiences. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can like make that into whatever you want to make it. They're gonna feel a certain way about whatever based on what they went through in prison or what they went through on the streets. But you know, the relations are sometimes good, sometimes bad with that situation. But yeah, man, they pretty much got the California prison system in a headlock now. You know, so brothers ain't gonna, you know, no matter what faction they be, Crip blood, they ain't got time for none of that no more. Crip blood stuff. Now, you leave it at the gate. You black now, and you know, you got to go back to back. You got to have each other's back.
One other thing I was asked, he said, do you have a war story that you're able to share about the times y'all did your thing against the opposition? In particular, war story where not so much where they were defensive, they took the offensive.
As far as street, I mean, as far as, you know, Crip and blood on the street, or
No,
as far as, racial stuff in prison.
racial stuff in prison.
Do I have war stories? Man, look, I was one of them ones. I was one of them ones. You got some. I was one of them ones off the rip when the gate said bing bing. It was on and cracking with me. If something had happened to one of my people, I wasn't one of the ones that forgive and let go and all that old mess. No, I wasn't with none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna catch me a shoe term off the rip. I'm finna go to lockup off the rip. If something happened with a crip, you know what I'm saying? Whether, if something happened, this was me at that time. I was young and wild. But if something happened with a crip and it came from another race, oh, I don't know what the next man gonna do, but you can get ready. I'm kicking it off, point blank. I'm kicking it off. I mean, I was the dude. Matter of fact, the homies knew me as when I would come to prisons and I'd be on Fish Row, because in Cali prison you got to go to Fish Row. And when I was on Fish Row, one of the first things, I would always ask, I shoot kites out, letters to the homies in population on the main line. And I shoot like, man, what's up with us and the Mexicans? What's up? Because it was always something going on. It was always something going on. You know what I'm saying? So because it got to the point to where in the late 80s, the Southern Mexicans were dominant, Crips were dominant. So, two dominant factions gonna go at it.
Right.
Point blank. And so my thing was I'd shoot kites out, cuz, what's up, homie? You know what I'm saying? What's up with us and the Mexican? And if they like, oh man, it's cool, ain't nobody tripping. All right, when I did my little 10 days on Fish Row, I'm coming out the population. And then, I'm just, I'm gonna check, I'm check the scene out, all right, cool. But if one of the homies got at me and said it was like this or like that, I'm gonna kick a ride off. Okay. I'm gonna do my thing. So as soon as I get out, as soon as I hit the main line, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting that certain homie. No, cuz, man, we taking off. We call it taking off. Man, Toon, dang, man, there you go again, homie, man. What cuz bump that? Because we was always getting sneak attacked, always out of nowhere. All you'd hear was rayate, however they say it in Spanish, rayate. And they was rushing us all the time, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't the one. I'm sick of that mess. It was gonna be rayate coming from me, man. I pumped the homies up, cuz we taking off. Man, what's up, man? It's cool, man. Bump that, it's cool, homie. We taking off. You know what I'm saying? And then I wasn't one of them ones that was like when we go on lockdown and like California prison, they lock you down. It ain't other prisons be crying about 2-3 lockdown. Man, we going lockdown for months. You know what I'm saying? We'd be locked down for months, homie. And before we come off lockdown, a lot of times they would come get like the influential, 6-7 influential Crips, and they go get 6-7 influential, Southern Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? And they would like, get up in the gun tower or whatever and let us meet at the round table and talk. They would let us talk amongst ourselves first, then they would let us go to the round table and talk. You know what I'm saying, with them, so they can like cease the hostilities, so we can come out the cells and start programming again. Man, I didn't give a god dang about no program, homie. I wouldn't care if we stayed on lockdown 50 years. I was just one of them. Cause I tell the homies, I'm like, cuz I'm not finna call no peace. Cause there's been a lot of time, man, a lot of people ain't been through what I've been through in that system. A lot of times homies call peace and we come out and they would attack us again. I mean, man, ain't this a blip? Man, I'm not, no, you know what I'm saying? That happened to me once or twice. I wasn't going for it no more. So when the homies would get together to talk about what we gonna do, I asserted my authority, cause the longer I was in this prison system, you know what I'm saying, the more I had a voice. And when I got my voice, I made sure my voice was ringing. And I'd let them know, no, cuz, we ain't calling no peace. No, it ain't finna be no peace. So, man, cuz, no, it ain't finna be no peace, homie. Bump that. Let it play out. Let it be what it gonna be. Because the thing is, the war, eventually, all those who gonna stab each other, all those who gonna fight, all those who gonna do whatever they gonna do, they gonna go to lockup, they gonna get their little shoe term, and they gonna go in the lockup, go to the hole. And so eventually, the only thing that's gonna be left on the yard is those who don't want to do nothing. So that's when it'll stop. As far as I was concerned, it'll stop then. But now it wasn't gonna be no peace calling if I had a say so in it. Now bump that. You know what I'm saying? Because like, it just wasn't. That's why I end up doing like I think 4 different shoe terms. Corker shoot twice, Pelican Bay shoot twice. And I didn't give a dang shoot, you know what I'm saying? Even when we, even when we was in the shoe turn, like Corker shoot was like a gladiator shoot. When we would go out, you know what I'm saying? You put the wrong person on the yard with me, I was taking off. Bump that. No. If we was warring on the main line, we finna war in this goddamn shoe. You know, and for those who don't know, SHU is SHU, Security Housing Unit.
Well, let me ask you about this. I've heard, like, different things I've read, like sometimes in the SHU, there was like this atmosphere of respect. Like one time I was listening to a guy who was a former NF member, so when he got to the SHU, somebody from the MA would send them books, or the AB would send them books. They all had like this type of camaraderie, but they understood that if those doors cracked, they would have to take off.
Yeah. It was like that. It was Southern Mexicans. It might have been in the cell next to me, or in the cell down the tier, or in the cell at the bottom. Because, like, okay, in Pelican Bay SHU, you only had 4 cells up, 4 cells down. Okay. A shower up top, a shower at the bottom. You might have Mexicans next door to you, or whatever. 9 times out of 10, you can't get to them, they can't get to you, unless the police want to play games, which they play games a lot, and rack the door. You know what I'm saying? You might be going to shower or coming back from the law library, and they gonna pop the door. You might be coming back from the little yard. You had like a little 20 by 10 yard you can go out there and do exercises on. You coming in from the yard, and you by yourself or whatever, they might crack the door and let 2 Mexicans out. You know what I'm saying? All that old stuff. They played all type of games. But anyway, other than that, yeah, you could I was very civil with it. I was real civil, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. Ain't no need. We don't, in Cali prison, it wasn't a lot of cell soldiering. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, be hooping and hollering through the door. Man, that's dumb. We don't do that in California prison. You know what I'm saying? We know what's up. We know it's on if the door's cracked. So therefore, we kick back, we bide our time to whenever that came about. You know what I'm saying? We might exchange books. You know what I'm saying? We might even talk a little bit. We might play chess over the tier. You know what I'm saying? You could call out numbers and play chess over the tier. All that. But if you could have just sent me a book to read, a Lowrider magazine or something, and we might have had 2-3 good games of chess. And 10 minutes later, I'm on a tier, or one of them on a tier, and the police crack my cell door. Oh, it's on and cracking like we ain't never spoke a day in life. I'm coming out with all the funk. And the same with them. They coming out with all the funk.
Yeah, see, that's what me as an outsider, I struggle to understand that, because in my thinking, I'd be like, man, I wouldn't want a book from them. I wouldn't want a magazine or food from them. Because I'm thinking, if I start developing a relationship with this guy, it's going to make it less harder for me to stab him. You know what I mean?
No, don't worry. Okay. You ain't got to worry, but you can, you know what I'm saying? If you sat in our prison system long enough, okay, you understand, ain't no relationship. I don't give a dang about how many books you give me, okay, or how many games of chess we play. Okay. We know the politics. The politics, okay, are real. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, the blacks during my time, we got along hand in hand with the Northern Mexicans, with the NF. Mm-hmm. And the Northern Mexicans, we got along. I'm talking about like 2 peas in a pod during, real now, relationships was kind of at this point in time kind of okay, but over the years they kind of deteriorated. Mm-hmm. But like during my time, us and the Northern Mexicans, a lot of times when they went to war, because Northern Mexicans, Southern Mexicans are deadly enemies, hereditary deadly enemies from the way back in the 60s. Mm-hmm. And they go to war at the drop of a hat. Oh, I don't like how your eyebrow look, and they would kick a ride off with each other. Mm-hmm. But during my time, a few times when the Northern Mexicans, would go to war with the Southern Mexicans, or what I'm saying, we went with them. Like if the Southern Mexicans, Northern Mexicans were always outnumbered. They were always outnumbered. And if the Southern Mexicans rushed them, a lot of times we'd help the Northern Mexicans. Or if the Northern Mexicans wanted to take off, we took off. Because I was telling you, like, incident in the SHU, in Corcoran SHU one time, 2 of my partners, I ain't gonna say their name, they was NF. And we went to the yard, and they put a certain Mexican on the yard with us. No, partner. Got directly with his program. You know what I'm saying? That's just the politics. That's just how it went.
So y'all removed that guy? So y'all removed him?
Removed him.
Yeah.
It tried to remove him from his spirit.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, it's just, but that's, you know, I mean, if the tables would have been turned a different way, they would have done the same to me or the same to them. It's just, that's how the politics work.
Okay, gotcha. Well, on that note, I think that's a pretty good note to wrap this up. That kind of sums up a lot of stuff that I've been asked. So, man, brother, I really appreciate you taking time out your busy day to come back on my platform. You know, your first video did well. I'm sure this one's gonna do as well. You know, again, you know, you welcome anytime something comes up. You welcome anytime to come back on. But the last thing I want to throw at you, when's the book coming? That's another thing I get asked a lot. Is Cartoon gonna write a book?
You know what, man? I've been asked a million times, was I gonna write a book? And when I was during my last incarceration, I wrote the book 3 times, but I kept losing the manuscript. I kept losing it. Then I sent it home to my daughter. One time I wrote it, and it was in my cell, and the Goon Squad hit. You know what I'm saying? The Goon Squad, they shakedown squad, and they had picked up my manuscript. It was in a manila folder. And they went in there, they was looking, because they look for cell phones or whatever. And the captain, he read a couple of pages of it and like, what? He ended up giving it to the ward. You got gang paraphernalia. And they took it from me. And they took it to, I'm like, man, that's a book. That ain't no gang paraphernalia. That's a book about my life. Right. And no, this can't be your life. Yeah. You just don't understand, man. You better ask somebody. And they gave it to the warden. The warden never gave it back. But they couldn't believe the stuff was in the book. I mean, that I had wrote was really my life, because I was heavy into that mess at one time. Because I did 23 in Alabama prison system, and my first few years in, they were going to remove me from the state facilities and send me to the feds because they said they couldn't deal with me. I had too much influence. I had too much gang influence. I was doing too much. They couldn't. The police were scared of me. You know what I'm saying? Inmates were scared of me. All the Crips, you know what I'm saying, was moving in order, you know what I'm saying, that I had them moving in. And they was like, no, we can't do nothing with this cat, because they would put me in lockup. They would lock me up. And they had what's called SEG board. And SEG board it's called segregation board. You would cuff up, you'd go out to the SEG board and petition the ward and the captains for your release back to population. And they kept telling me, no. I said, man, look, you might as well let me out. You can't stop me. I got too much influence. Just because I'm back here in your lockup, in your hole, I can still have done whatever I want to do. You can't do nothing. That's why we keep you locked up. I said, okay. And I told him one time, I said, let me tell you something. I said, on this day at this day, I said, on this day at this time, this and this and this gonna happen. Of course, it was involving violence. How you just talking? I say, remember what I said, on this day at this time. This will happen. And it happened. And that's when they was like, no, you gotta go. This fool here, he in lockup and he's still promoting this mess and we can't stop him. No, you can't stop me, clowns, but it is what it is.
Yeah, you definitely gonna have to get that book out. I mean, you got too much of a story. You definitely gotta get that out, brother.
Well, see, one of the things, I used to look at YouTube and I would look at I'd type in ghostwriters. And because what it is, I work too hard, man. My job, man. I don't really have time to really sit down and write it out. Okay. But if I had a ghostwriter or somebody that could help me, then I would do it. Matter of fact, put that out there in the atmosphere. If there's ghostwriters or people that I can talk to and they write it as I speak, like on the little computer things or however they be doing, get at me because I need them. You know what I'm saying? Help me get it published.
Okay. That's a bet, brother. Yeah, I'll definitely try to help you, have you find that. It's come to the point that I have to sit there and type it myself. I definitely be down for something like that. Right. Okay. All right, brother Tony. Like I said, thanks again for coming on. So there you have it, YouTube. We covered a lot here. We start off with the Charleston White issue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One more thing.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
You say, brother Tony. You know what I'm saying? They gonna, that's my government name. But now if you go on YouTube and look, it's gonna always be my gang name, Cartoon.
Gotcha. All right. So there you have it. Brother Cartoon summed it up, gave us some good California history. He broke down his crusade, so to speak, against Charleston White. So check this brother out. He's on say them 2 web pages again.
They can find me on Vonnie Loke, VONNY Loke, Vonnie Loke.
Mhm.
And you can find a couple of things, 2 or 3 things on I Am Crip.
I Am Crip.
Yeah,
and if somebody just want to contact you directly to speak with you, you got any social media where somebody like maybe they say maybe a Ghostwriter want to reach you, or they can get at you directly?
I would have them. That's what I was saying to you. I would like for them to get at you.
Get at me, okay.
And then you get in contact with me, and we'll go from there.
Gotcha. Well, anybody out there, hit me up, PNG Media News at gmail.com, or drop some interest in the comment section. I definitely will respond. Get at this brother, whatever you want me to convey him. So once again, YouTube, this has been another edition of the Concrete and Steel Chronicles. I appreciate you stopping by. Stay tuned for the next edition.